continues to dominate online, generating 585 billion views and counting. And we have more recipes, more advice, and more cooking hacks than ever before. But many Canadians are still falling short when it comes to nutrition.
I know. Well, our next guest says that healthy eating is less about finding the right recipe and more about making the foods that we already eat a little bit more nutritious, also a little more satisfying. So here with delicious ingredients that require only 2 ingredient upgrades to instantly improve your meals, please welcome back to the show, registered dietitian Alyssa Steinberg.
Thank you for having me. Okay, 2 ingredients as well, so let's dive right in. So when you're looking at the average Canadian's plate these days, what's the biggest nutrition gap that you are seeing?
Okay, so 2 words, protein and fiber. They're the power couple of nutrition.
Okay.
So protein from chicken, fish, eggs, nuts, and seeds helps to keep you fuller longer, supports muscle and sustained energy. Fiber from vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and beans improves your gut health, blood sugar management, and heart health. Adults need about 30 grams of protein with meals and 10 grams of protein with snacks. For fiber, we're looking at 35 grams for the day. Yet most Canadians fall short on both. So I always say protein builds the house, fiber keeps everything running smoothly on the inside.
Gotcha.
We need both.
Yes,
love that.
especially that plumbing. Okay, so let's talk about something else that people don't maybe talk about as much, but we have to also talk about micronutrients. A lot of people hear about macronutrients, carbs, protein, fats. What micronutrients should we be looking at?
Yeah, so beyond protein and fiber, most people fall short on calcium for bone health, iron for energy, and omega-3s for inflammation and brain health. And for micronutrients, I always say food first. Food delivers nutrients that are more readily absorbed than any supplement. So take your basic bowl of oatmeal. And we're going to basically upgrade it with just simple ingredients that multitask. One food, many nutrients. So we're gonna add Greek yogurt that offers calcium and protein. Chia seeds, omega-3s and iron. Raspberries, fiber and antioxidants. So we've just elevated that bowl of oatmeal with just simple whole ingredients. That's the key.
All right, so Alyssa, what's the secret to upgrading a recipe without making it really complicated?
So my rule is simple. Every meal and snack should have all 3 components, protein, fiber, and color from vegetables and fruits. The best upgrades take what you're currently eating and add or sub in more nutritious foods. So it's not about resetting your whole menu, just build on what you're already doing. So we're not cooking all weekend, we're making simple, not complicated recipes. These simple upgrades add so much value to your health journey.
Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna start with breakfast again or a different breakfast, because we're gonna jump into the actual meals now. So 2 simple upgrades to make that breakfast hit those points that you just said.
Yeah, so take our very common eggs and toast. Right? For the eggs, we're adding creamy ricotta cheese and fresh spinach for calcium, protein, iron, and fiber. For bread, keep it, if it's already made, yes, give it a try. Just make sure the bread that you are purchasing has 4 grams of fiber per serving on the label. Or you can go homemade instead. This is made with oat flour and cottage cheese. That's it. 2 main ingredients and a simple loaf to make.
I've had eggs in bread before. It never tasted this good.
Right?
What is it?
It's oat flour and cottage cheese and eggs. That's it.
Gosh, that's good.
And then for a little extra boost, you can also do smoked salmon. Let's bring back smoked salmon to our menu for omega-3s, which is our happy nutrient, and protein, and some popped color with cucumber slices and tomatoes.
Really nice and healthy. All right, so
this is the breakfast of champions.
Yeah, this is the breakfast of champions. All right, so let's move on to lunch. What are we eating for lunch, Alyssa?
So who doesn't love instant ramen noodle soup? But let's jazz it up.
Right?
So let's jazz it up. Yeah, so easy. So keep the noodles, but we're gonna add tofu, a plant protein that's very neutral and flavored, so it soaks in that ramen yumminess. For the broth, we're just adding egg to the broth for a protein-loaded broth. And we have all this color. We could do kale, bell peppers, bok choy, anything goes here to add fiber, antioxidants, and all of the nutrients in the vegetables and fruits. So starting with ramen noodles, we just upgraded it with a bunch of all these different food groups to add more balance to your plate, and it's still yummy.
I know, it's very delicious.
Like that is delicious. Yes. So easy. So easy.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. All right. We're moving right along to dinner. What great, delicious upgrades do you have for us?
So we have our classic butter chicken and rice. And so for the butter chicken, all we're doing is adding Greek yogurt to your butter chicken sauce. Even if it's a jarred sauce, you can go homemade instead, but Greek yogurt adds creaminess, protein, and calcium. And we're also layering in
my
cauliflower, right?
Ridiculous.
Oh, really
It's made
good.
with love. That's also the magic
Is
trick.
that what it is?
Obviously.
It's delicious.
For the birthday girl.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Have to
you.
make a shout out. So for the cauliflower, it's cauliflower rice layered into regular standard rice. So it's a volume boost from veggies.
This is cauliflower?
Cauliflower
Come
rice with a
on.
little bit of regular rice. So it makes it a lot easier to have a fistful of rice. And once you go cauli rice, you never go back.
Oh my God, I love that you mix the two.
Yes,
so
yes.
good.
Yeah,
I
with
did not-
turmeric, cumin, onions, garlic, and love.
And I didn't even notice. I love this. All right, so there are even
easy.
right? This is
Simple
really good.
upgrades.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Alyssa, there are even simple swaps that we can make for our snacks. So what did you
Yes.
bring for us today?
So I love protein, a popcorn, because it's a low glycemic index starch, so it doesn't spike your sugars.
Okay.
But we're going homemade instead, using an air-popped, freshly popped popcorn in a pot. It's so easy.
What's in this?
And to turn it up a notch, that's the next question. We
Yeah.
have added lentil chips, roasted lentil chips.
What?
They taste
know.
like French fries.
I thought it was lentils, but I'm like, that can't be lentils.
Those are lentils.
What?
And they have that protein and soluble fiber that
And
helps
it's
to lower
what?
cholesterol. Top it with your favorite seasoning, and it's a snack party in your mouth.
This is really
Okay,
good.
can I tell you something? What is the salt? Is that the lentils that are
Yeah,
salty?
the lentils are just roasted with olive oil and salt. That's it.
Oh, y'all
Guys,
should try
green
this.
lentils?
like theater salty popcorn.
Yes,
Yeah.
but nutritious
But
and
healthy.
homemade and so
I know.
easy.
I know. I thought
Yes.
they were lentils, but I'm like, let me double
Oh
check.
my gosh, I can do this tonight. That is so easy. Let's finish this off
All right.
with dessert.
All right, we have a very delicious dessert, but it might cause some trust issues. Because these decadent chocolate brownies, I'm sorry, have two hidden ingredients.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Yeah.
These brownies have butternut squash
Okay.
and almond butter as the main ingredients.
Whoa, okay, let's
Butternut
try
squash
these.
in here. All right, let's
Yeah,
dive in.
yeah.
Okay.
So butternut squash is orange and yellow, so it has beta carotene, an antioxidant that supports eye health and
is
inflammation. What do you think?
Alyssa, you cannot taste the squash.
no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is so bloody good.
It's a feel-good dessert that keeps you on track with your health goals.
Also
Yeah,
guilt-free.
yeah. And the almonds add calcium and vitamin E, so it's
So you can eat the whole
magic.
plate and not feel guilty about it. Love
Absolutely.
that.
All my desserts
Wow.
are free. Yes.
All right, so
Wow.
before we let you go, you've got a
Yes.
list of 2 ingredient recipes
Yeah.
that we can try at home
Yes.
for a quick source of ingredients. Talk to us as I try to digest.
All right, so if you have a jar of pesto sauce, just blend up some cottage cheese, mix it together, and you have a protein-loaded sauce.
Okay.
If you have Greek yogurt and peanut butter powder, mix it together. It's like a nutty whipped cream.
Oh.
So good. Avocado and salsa, mix them together, and you have a 5-second guacamole.
Okay.
Ooh.
For berries, mash your berries, add some chia seeds, it soaks up the liquid, and you have instant jam. And
that.
frozen mango and coconut milk, 2 ingredients, no added sugar, sorbet.
Oh, that's good, especially for
I'm
the
making that
summer.
one tonight.
Especially for
Yeah.
the summer.
So my main message is keep it simple.
Oh, Alyssa,
So good.
you just blew our minds.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
you so much.
Unbelievable. Thank you for sharing these with us today.
Our next guest is a dentist by day and content creator by night. She's built a loyal following by sharing approachable, delicious recipes.
And her culinary skills even took her to the finals of MasterChef Canada. And today she's celebrating the best of summer produce with easy vegetarian appetizers that are perfect for your long weekend gatherings. Please welcome to the show, Liz Warndall. Make sure I get it. Okay,
Thank you so much for having me.
Are you kidding me? It's great to have you here. There's a lot of great food on the table, but before we get into that, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so as you know, I am a dentist by day, so I'm kind of honing in on these teeny tiny little teeth all day.
Okay.
So I've used the kitchen as a creative escape for me at the end of the workday. After MasterChef Canada, my love for food only grew even so much more. So I started posting online on my platform called Plated by Liz, where I share recipes, tutorials, and everything is designed for busy people who love elevated food, but don't necessarily have all day to spend in the kitchen.
Love it. So good. Okay, the dishes you've brought today are so beautiful. And you promised they're easy to make?
Yes, I promise you.
Are you sure, Liz?
Yes, I promise.
Okay.
So the best thing about cooking in the summer is that the ingredients are so beautiful on their own. It really doesn't take much to elevate these.
Okay.
So each one of these dishes is just like celebrating the summer produce, but with like maybe a little unexpected twist.
All right, so let's dive into the food. The
Let's
first
do it.
dish you brought us is tomato tartare.
Yes.
Explain this dish to us. It sounds delicious.
Well, it's such a wonderful dish. I even like it, I think maybe better than the original.
Okay.
And it's so simple. So I've just started with some tomatoes here. I've peeled off the skins on the outside. And then what I'm gonna do is mix it with
what are these things?
all of the classic tartare ingredients. So you've got some gherkins, some
that's
capers, shallots, a little bit of mustard,
Yep.
and then some chives. I'm just gonna give this a little mix here, get it all incorporated.
Hey.
I'm telling y'all, it's
beautiful.
really good. It tastes very, it's
getting in
delicious.
there.
Don't
You're
the
in there
tomatoes go
already?
so well with these ingredients?
I
I
don't know if I was
love
supposed to
it.
start eating it, but I did. Very good.
I love it.
I
Dive
really love
in.
it.
Oh, it's so good. It's like bright
Right?
and fresh. Okay,
Right?
so then you're taking it and you're putting it inside this.
Yeah, so I got a ring mold here, but you can use anything like a cookie cutter or even just go like freehand if you don't have one. But this really helps kind of elevate the presentation, make it look like a classic tartare. So give me a sec here, I'll get
You
it all.
pack that all in there. Can we
Pack
talk
that
about
all
the
in.
aioli while you're here?
100%. So I've made a homemade aioli. You do not have to do that. But making your own does kind of elevate it a little bit. And I know it sounds intimidating, but it's actually so easy to do. Aioli is just flavored mayo, and anyone can make homemade mayo. Look at that.
Oh, nice and easy. Anybody, you're right. We could do that.
Yeah,
That's easy.
anyone could do that.
Yeah, you weren't lying to us. That's pretty simple.
So here is my homemade aioli on top. I've flavored it with garlic, and then we're just gonna do a little chive situation here.
Look how beautiful that looks.
There we go. And then you can drizzle that with olive oil and then serve it with some crostini on the side or whatever
Love
you've got.
it. Isn't that gorgeous?
Not only delicious, but visually beautiful.
Thanks, and so easy.
All right, so Liz, the first step of the recipe is to blanch the tomatoes. So why do you need to blanch the tomatoes first?
Yeah, so blanching is not about cooking, but we're
Okay.
actually just wanting to peel off the skins.
Okay.
So you're just gonna score the top of the tomato, pop it in some hot water, like boiling water, for like 30, 45 seconds. You'll notice the skin starting to peel away, and then it's done. Shock it in some cold ice water, and then you'll notice that skin peel away really nicely.
And it's really easy.
Yeah, so easy. And then you wanna do this for a tartare because the thing about tartare is that every bite should have kind of the same consistency.
Gotcha.
But if you want to skip it, leave the skins on.
Okay,
I'm
all
not gonna judge.
Okay, as long as you're not going to judge, we're good. All right,
not
so
gonna judge.
the next dish is highlighting watermelon, and you've turned it into this beautiful carpaccio. So talk to us about this
Yeah,
one.
so this is like if your average watermelon salad got a little bit of a glow up. I've sliced the watermelon really, really thin, and then I've topped it with some punchy flavors. So we've got jalapeno.
That's good, right?
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
Spicy?
Well, it's like you get like 3 different flavors. You get the sweetness of the watermelon, and then you get the kick of the jalapeno. So what
That's
else?
really
And the
good.
creaminess of the feta.
You got it. So adding that feta on top adds in a little bit of like contrast.
I'm going into the big plate,
Yeah,
sorry.
do it.
This is good.
I'm so glad you like it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you cut the watermelon that thin?
Good question. You want to start with some cold watermelon because room temp watermelon is just like a messy situation. So make sure it's chilled in the fridge. And then I use either a really sharp knife or a mandolin. Such an easy thing to use at home, and it costs like 20 bucks. I'd highly recommend it for anyone.
Gorgeous.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know
Love
what?
it.
Your food is delicious, as you can tell as I'm wolfing it
Thank
down. But
you.
your plating is also gorgeous. Do you have any tips for us?
Yeah, absolutely. This is something I really had to work on MasterChef because there's
Okay.
dishes everywhere that the judges have to taste.
Okay.
So I wanted to stand out with some nice looking plates.
Yes.
So I don't think it needs to be so intimidating. No tweezers needed, definitely not. The more organic, the better, I think. So just
This
stick
does
with-
not look organic. That looks professional, Liz.
Well, no,
Be real.
Hey, I just threw those on there. That is
Okay.
organic.
Okay, okay, if you say so.
So, but stick to some simple principles. Like I like shallow plates because it shows all of the ingredients that you've worked so hard to prepare, rather than sticking something in a really deep bowl.
Yeah.
Use texture. So you want to add in that flavor or the textural contrast. Like for example, you commented on the creamy cheese on top of the
Yes.
watermelon
Yeah.
carpaccio. Adding in that different texture just elevates everything when you're eating it.
So
And
great.
then finally color, obviously.
Color, yeah. We got to keep going because we
so
want to
glad
get
you're
through
loving
these.
it.
I got this
Okay, so up next, you're shining a spotlight on corn with a chili lime street corn dip.
You got it.
Tell us about this.
Yeah, so
as
this
we
is
dive
like,
in.
we all love street corn, but it can be a little bit messy to eat. So if you're having like a dinner party,
Yes.
this is kind of an elevated version. So I've got on the bottom a really nice whipped feta and ricotta, and I flavored it with lime, a little bit of honey, salt, obviously. And then I've topped it with some grilled corn, which I've got slathered in this like very punchy chili butter. And then on top, just a few little tidbits. I got some corn nuts, some lime, jalapeno
love
again.
it. Chili
I hope you guys
butter.
like spice.
It's so good.
I need some chili butter in my fridge. That is delicious.
Yeah, you can use that honestly on so much.
On anything, an old tire, and it would be delicious.
It's so true. Our final dish is highlighting peaches in a savory way. So tell us about your grilled peach flatbread and burrata, as we
You
like
got
to
it.
say,
I like
and pesto.
I love the pronunciation. I mean, is there anything better than a late summer peach? This is all about the peaches and mixing it with a creamy element. So it's like savory peaches and cream. I've got the grilled flatbread on the bottom. I just use store-bought pizza dough, but you can use anything, like even a store-bought flatbread. Pop it on the grill, top it with your charred peaches, and then that burrata on top because they mix so well together. And then I've got a really lovely mint and pistachio pesto on there.
It tastes delicious, but talk to me about grilling the peaches, because I've never grilled a peach. I wash them and straight to the mouth. So how do you grill
I
it?
hear you. Grilling them brings out all of the natural sweetness in them, so I love doing that. But like fish, it's gonna want to stick to the grill. So you got to make sure you do yourself a favor. Start with a clean grill. Get those grill grates clean, oil up both sides of the fruit, get it on there, and use high heat.
Yes.
And then you get those beautiful grill marks.
How long are we putting it on the heat for?
I start high heat for like a minute or two, and then lower the heat down to medium. Depending on the ripeness of your peach, though, it's gonna need a little bit more time.
Gotcha.
But the idea is to char the outside, get it caramelized, and not to make mush.
It's
so you want to
gorgeous.
take it off before it's mushy.
Listen,
So
Liz, this
good.
has been so delicious and so good. Thank you so much for stopping by. Can't stop eating.
Dark sweet cherry was named the 2026 flavor of the year. So today we're going cherry over cherries.
The versatile fruit shines in salads, savory dishes, desserts, and more. Here with delicious recipes and tips for making the most of cherry season is Zero Waste chef and Butter Road Bake Shop owner, Christine Tizard.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Christine, before we get into these gorgeous dishes, I want to take a moment first to talk to you about something because we know you're a zero waste chef. So tell us about Butter Roadside Bake Shop. How do those things connect?
So, like, a couple years ago, you knew that I've been here talking about the fact that I had brain cancer and I had a brain surgery. And after that, I had to take a substantial amount of time off. During that time off, one of the very few things I could do was bake. And I'm very comfortable in the kitchen. Baking is like so great, but the baking got like really, really out of control. And then I was like dropping baked goods off at the neighbors and dropping baked goods off at the local market. And then I turned my laundry room into a certified bake shop, and now I have a bake shop called Butter Road.
Butter Road is what Butter Road is that the road you live on?
So we don't live in Toronto anymore. We moved just outside of Hamilton, and we're in like rural agriculture. We have like an old hobby farm, and we're right off of Butter Road, hence the name Butter
my
Road.
gosh, I love
beautiful.
this.
And I use a lot of butter.
I love it. Okay, well, this is delightful. And today we are talking about cherries.
Yes, today's about cherries.
And these are, we know which ones are best for, like, are there certain ones that are best for cooking and which ones are best for baking?
Yes, so there's sour cherries and then there's sweet cherries.
Okay.
Right now, the ones that you can get that are in season are the sweeter ones.
Yeah.
The sour ones will come a little bit later. So the sweet ones, you have Rainer and your regular Bing, or sometimes they're called Lapin, I think. So these are like the dark, beautiful cherries that you're finding everywhere, which are great. But you're also start noticing these ones, which are the Rainer ones. Have you ever tasted these?
I've had one years ago. It's called a Rainer cherry?
Rainer, and they're a little bit more expensive, but I kind of know why.
Oh,
because
they're
if you notice
good.
that they have like a more complex flavor. There's a little bit floral. They're like really, really sweet, but they do have like that
They're not
tang.
sour.
No, they have that like tang.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Beautiful.
Yeah. I love them. I love them a lot. But cherries are not berries. What are they?
Oh,
Fantastic question.
it's a word, and I know it, but I can't remember it.
It's a fruit. It's a fruit. It's a stone
But
fruit.
It's a stone fruit. You're right. It's a stone fruit. So
That
like a
was not
peach. Like a peach, like, you know, that type of thing. They're also like a derivative of rose. Anyways, so cherries actually go really nice with rose tones, which I've learned.
That
Beautiful.
makes sense.
But when you're buying cherries, a lot of people bring them home, and the first thing they do is they wash them, and then they put them in the fridge. Don't do that. So
Leave them
cherries
out.
don't like the moisture.
So wash them as you eat them when
Wash
you
them
take
when
them
you
out.
eat
I
'em.
love that.
So yeah, store them unwashed in the fridge.
That's a hot tip. Now
Yeah.
let's get to some hot
Yes.
dishes. I want to talk to you about the first one, which is something I've never thought about, pickling cherries.
Yes. So this is new for me too. So I have started pickling my cherries because I tend to buy a lot of them,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'm not gonna get like the ones at the bottom of the bag I don't
Yeah.
really get to. So pickling them is a great way to preserve them. And the great thing about cherries is that like the structure of them is so good for pickling because they don't fall apart, they don't get soggy. This is a quick pickle that I've made with apple cider vinegar, star anise, cinnamon,
Very unexpected.
because
Very
they're
good.
sweet already.
This is gorgeous. I'm
It
going
is.
to make this weekend.
It is so good. It's very
so
classy.
on a cheese platter, on a charcuterie board, something interesting to top
So
an
good.
appetizer. It's a great way to kind of
doing
like do
So
something
great.
a little bit different.
We want to keep moving because
Yeah.
you've used cherries here in a dish that is involving halloumi as well. It's
Yes.
salad. Tell us about it.
Yes. So you go to a fancy restaurant, you see the burrata on the menu or the fancy caprese salad. So this is my take on that. This is using grilled halloumi, great for the summertime. And because cherries are really good for savory dishes because they have that acidic tang that we were talking about. So when you want to like squeeze a lemon over something, so I was thinking the halloumi. So I roasted the cherries in the oven with balsamic vinegar, and the roasting brings out that sweetness, and then I threw it over the halloumi on top of the salad. You're good to go.
That's
So
gorgeous.
good.
Well, let's talk about glazes or marinades because they're good for that as well, right?
Yes. So when you're thinking of a marinade for, you know, you're marinating meats, you want something that's sweet, you want something that's acidic. So this is like a sugar-free marinade that I made by cooking cherries in some spices, some beautiful herbs like rosemary, and then I marinated the meat. So I marinated the flank steak overnight, and I saved the other half to use as a glaze or a topping over top. So the meat's
Everything
marinated in
is
it.
so good.
It's good. It's
What
good.
the heck?
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
so good.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
sometimes,
good one.
you know what, we end up with an abundance of cherries that we can't get through.
Yes.
So what's your zero waste hack for that?
So freeze them. I mean, cherries are my favorite thing to freeze because they don't get all mushy and stuff like other berries do. So pit them, freeze them, flat freeze them first, and the structure really holds up well to freezing. Yeah.
And just very quickly, pitting, just get one of those pitters, right?
Go out
get
and buy
the
a
pitter.
cherry pitter,
Okay.
please. It's gonna like
Change your
it's gonna
life?
change your life. Just order one online. They're
need to do it.
relatively cheap. Just get one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm so cheap. Next, you say you brought a classic cherry dessert.
Yes.
Tell us about
Cherry-
this. Cherry clafouti.
Cherry clafouti. So think pancake and cherries all mixed together. So
Okay.
it's like a custardy pancake with baked cherries. It's a classic French dessert, but it's really easy to make.
I love how you just, yes. Jess just gets in there with
I
her hand.
picked it up.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
right.
not cutting.
You're just making a custardy pancake batter and like putting it in a cast iron pan or a pie dish and throwing your pitted cherries
Look how
over
cute
top.
this is. Look
And
how
it's so
adorable that is.
classic.
Come
It's
on.
so
Adorable,
beautiful.
right?
Oh my
So
gosh.
romantic.
Hey, you know when you get to the bottom of the bag and there's some guys you just don't want to put in your mouth?
No.
What do you do with those guys? Cherries.
Those people.
Yeah.
Those cherry people.
Cherries.
The cherry people. My go-to is like a quick jam. So something that I don't have to can, but just like, or roasting them. Like it really brings out the sweetness. But like a compote, just boiling them down in some water. Throw a little bit of vanilla in there. You can add a little bit of sugar, maple syrup. Have it over yogurt. Store
Like
it in the
I
freezer.
could use them for even
You-
this.
yes,
couldn't I?
you could
Those
do that.
pickled
Okay.
guys. That's
Yes.
what I'm gonna do.
Okay, we're ending with a really fancy dessert. So tell us about this tart.
So this is one of my signature desserts right now at the bake shop. So I love this dessert because one of my favorite things is an almond croissant.
Yeah.
So this is a frangipane tart. So you have a tart that's made out of lots of butter. And then you have the frangipane, which is like an almond paste made out of lots of butter. And I've used the Rainer cherries and baked them inside of this. It's almost like an almondy flavor to the cherries too.
Yes.
And then fresh cherry jam on top, and then you put some edible flowers, and it's just
Cherries
beautiful.
and almonds, huh?
It's a beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Everything
It's
on
a
this
nice
table
one.
was gorgeous. You're a beautiful human being.
Oh,
thank you so
you.
much for this
Thank
fabulous
you.
food.
Thank you.
Man.
Well, listen, if you are looking for a fresh take on summer entertaining, our next guest suggests, why don't you throw an Arab-Desi inspired garden party? So that is traditions of Arab cultures with the vibrant flavors of South Asia. It's all a celebration of warm hospitality, beautiful tablescapes, and incredible food.
Yes, and here with delicious recipes is award-winning chef Suman Ali Saeed. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Wow, we love a good theme. So what is the theme of our garden party today?
This beautiful spread over here literally represents me today. So it is Gulf hospitality, Bahraini soul, South Asian roots, and the entire atmosphere of Canada.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay, I understand there was a particular inspiration for this garden party.
Absolutely. So last year in Muskoka, we did a dinner on the deck, and that was the inspiration for this dinner over here today. It's called the Majlis, and the idea was to basically bring people together around food and, you know, break bread together. Yeah. This piece of work actually is also an art installation at Toronto Pearson International Airport, and our work got recognized by City of Toronto as well. The idea was to curate this experience, having everyone involved that were women, small-owned businesses, local Canadian, and the idea was to really empower and champion that spirit.
I wanted the invite to next year's because that looked really good.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about this beautiful spread that you have here. We're going to start off with the chicken kebabs. You have two different kinds. Describe them for us.
Yes, so over here I have the chicken mince kebab, and over there the chicken thigh. I ideally like to use two different types of meat combinations. On your plate you will see the tiny pieces. It's marinated in lumi and bahara spice. It gives a tangy, sweet, and light spice kick to it.
Can you talk us more about the Baharat spice?
Absolutely. So the bahara spice is literally a South Asian garam masala, but a Gulf version. Every household, every mother, or every chef have their own variation also. So it's robust whole spices that give that elevated flavor to your dish. And if you make it into a powdered version, it can be added to your marinades.
It's delicious.
Everything. I almost
my
cleared my
gosh.
plate. All right. So this also includes lumi. Now, for people who've never heard of lumi, can you describe it for them?
So lumi over here is basically dehydrated lime. So traditionally, this is made by blanching in water, and then you let it sun dry, like naturally sun dry. However, these days you can find at any ethnic stores, they are commercially dehydrated. Lumi, honestly, is my personal favorite ingredient and is a star ingredient as well. So it's very hidden, very, very subtle, but at the same time, if you take it and if you just smell it a little bit, you'll see it has a fermented, tangy, sweet flavor. It really gives that kick to the dish that often it misses.
Kind of like putting it on a like something to
Are you grating it?
So if it's powdered version, you can mortar pestle it or even grate it. Or in your soups, in your stews, you can just drop it in.
Yeah. That's amazing. Good to know.
Okay, we're moving on next to lamb chops. Tell us about these.
So this gorgeous display over here is lamb chops grilled, and at the bottom you have sweet saffron, sweet potato with saffron infused flavors. So this particular dish literally is like a gathering spot. So for example, in the Gulf, lamb often is the protein highlight. And if you do not have lamb, you can use chicken as well. The ideal way to cook this is grill it in a hot pan or hot grill. Once you're done cooking, you can rest it for a little bit. Before serving, flash it again in the oven. And at the bottom, with the sweet potato puree, it gives this really velvety combination together.
I know. I already ate mine. My plate's clean.
Okay, tell us about this sweet potato puree and how you made that.
So sweet potato puree, how did I make it? By peeling sweet potatoes, throwing it into a pot, add a little butter or olive oil, add coconut milk, which is going to give it nice creaminess,
nice consistency.
and you add cumin powder and saffron, and you let it cook until the sweet potato gets mushy, blitz it in Vitamix mix, and then serve it with your meat. When you taste it, it has this velvety texture, and it looks really luxurious, but it's also very simple to do.
It's delicious.
It's really
Polish
full of
mine
flavor.
out.
Oh,
Okay. So good.
amazing. So next, I love mushrooms, and you have an amazing mushroom dish next.
So over here, we have a medley of mixed mushrooms, anything that is local Ontario harvested. It's cooked with Aleppo pepper, some garlic, caraway seeds pounded, and spring onions on top.
All right, so you're gonna show us a very simple way to enhance the flavors of the mushrooms using garlic and caraway seeds. How do you do that?
So in a mortar pestle, you place your garlic, toasted caraway seeds or cumin seeds.
Okay.
You can mash it together, and then when you're tossing it in your bowl or in your pan, add it to it. It elevates the flavor. It gives that nice umami texture, umami flavor as well. And when you use different types of mushrooms, for example, the butter mushrooms, maitake, shiitake, whatever is accessible, it adds that nice crunchiness, adds that bite to it.
It's delicious. I already ate mine. I'm like, I agree with you. I'm like, I left a piece.
I like a clean plate.
I'm cleaning
You
mine.
actually use 4 types of mushrooms in this dish. Can you talk about the differences between them?
Absolutely. So butter mushrooms are very easily accessible. They are good on price point, helps add that volume to the dish. Then you have the cremini and king oyster mushroom. Again, very chunky, meaty, adds that crunch to it. And that lastly, you have either shimiji or else cremini as well. Same thing. It adds this nice sweet texture, meaty texture all together. What I will suggest is that when you're preparing a mushroom dish, you would want to break it apart in chunky pieces and saute or cook in a very high heated pan or grill.
Okay.
Because if you keep it in a very cold pan or cold grill, it's going to turn watery and steamy. And we don't want that. We don't want rubbery mushrooms.
We don't do rubbery mushrooms around here, folks. We do not. All right, so we're ending with the Barani Mezza platter. Did I say that correctly?
That is correct.
All right, so what have you brought? Show us.
So this one over here, the centerpiece, the corner piece over here, is literally the centerpiece of every Gulf hospitality household. So you have 2 different dips and a salad, along with 2 different types of bread. So we have khubuz, which is the aspect of Middle Eastern bread, and then you have the naan, which is the South Asian one. You eat it with either labneh or hummus, and then the kidney bean tabbouleh.
Okay.
Can we talk about, okay, so kidney bean or black-eyed bean tabbouleh. Tell us about this.
So tabbouleh traditionally is made with parsley, mint, bulgur. Over here, I have used black-eyed beans because it adds nice heartiness to it. Also, it is a very good component with your grilled items or as a starter.
Well, can you tell us about whipped labneh?
Yes, so whipped labneh, again, simple, very easy to execute dish. You take good quality labneh. It's hung yogurt, strained hung yogurt. Add lemon juice, olive oil, whip it up together.
So good.
And when you plate it in your platter, add some spices, some herbs on top of it. It, once again, very simple, easy to execute dish, helps add your fanciness to the table.
So nice. It was delicious.
This was gorgeous. Suman, thank you for these beautiful dishes, for such an education, and it is ultimately so, so good.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, our next guest is a home baker whose bread recipes have racked up literally millions of views online, not just because they are works of art, but because they are as delicious as they are beautiful.
In her new cookbook, Sourdough Everything, she shows us how easy it is to make sweet and savory breads and bakes perfect for summer and all year round.
Wow.
So please welcome cookbook author Rachel Pardo, AKA a Sourdough Enzo.
Thank you
Welcome
for having
to the
me.
show.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we're so
good to be here.
excited to get into this. But before we actually start today, you've actually brought, we should start with starter. Okay,
Yes.
so why is this the key for all of your recipes?
Right, so my book is Sourdough Everything. So sourdough starter is literally in every single recipe. And so the sourdough starter is used to leaven some recipes, that is to make the doughs rise. And for other recipes, it's used as kind of an add-in for flavor, but also to reduce waste. So for example, those buttermilk scones have sourdough discard. It's not used to leaven it, but yeah.
But it can be intimidating, sourdough starter.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, when I first started, it was extremely intimidating, but I find the best thing to do is just jump right in, experiment, and have fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's do that. Let's dive in. So first up is a twist on the classic buttermilk scone.
My goodness.
Tell us about these strawberry basil scones. This is exciting.
Yes. So this is my classic buttermilk scone recipe in my cookbook. And the chef who tested all of my recipes said that my buttermilk scones were the best scones he's ever tasted. And he's led tea tours across England. So yeah.
This is amazing.
If you're gonna make a buttermilk scone, give these a try. I decided to make them a little bit more summery by including some Ontario strawberries and some basil. Those are classic summer flavors.
And obviously, if people don't have buttermilk, it's so easy to,
It's so easy
put
to
it
make.
together themselves.
Yeah, the
Little milk
recipe-
and vinegar, is that
That's
the...
right.
Okay.
Exactly.
She knows what she's doing.
No,
she
it's
does.
not making, no, you don't have to go and buy buttermilk. Just make it.
right.
Just make it.
Yeah.
Just make it. Okay, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, we're starting off strong. We're gonna move on next now to lemon cardamom buns. Tell us about these.
Yes, so these are a perfect summer recipe, enriched dough. So what that means is there's butter, there's eggs, there's sugar. It's made with sourdough, so it's naturally leavened. But for me, I love, having a little bit of butter, a little drizzle of honey, having that with a cup of coffee for breakfast. Yeah.
This is so
I want to know, I'm a newbie, so what's the difference between a sourdough starter and then a sweet sourdough starter?
Right, so a sourdough starter is typically like 100% hydration, which is equal parts flour and water, and used to make, your typical artisan sourdough loaf that you're familiar with, or even like a focaccia.
Okay.
But the sweet stiff starter is a milder flavor profile, so it's not as sour. So it's perfect for those sweet doughs like that one there.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, the dough prep is key here, and you're actually going to walk me through how to do a coil fold?
That's right. So you want to be able to adequately develop gluten when you're making bread. So this is one way to do it, and it's one way to do it for like a high hydration dough. So very wet dough, you want to handle it very gently. You want to slowly develop the gluten. So what we're going to start off with is...
So, but first, this was started like yesterday? Like, how did it get this big?
Was this started yesterday? I have to think about that. Yes, it was started yesterday,
Okay, so
and then I popped
this
it in the fridge.
rises, you pop it in the fridge, it comes out, and now we're going to develop more gluten.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I mean, typically you do the gluten development earlier on in the process. But yeah, we can just go ahead and get
Okay.
started. So we'll dip our hands in the water just to get them a
I'll be
little
eating
bit.
while you're cooking.
Okay, a little bit wet.
Go for it. Yeah, just a little bit. You don't want the dough to stick to your hands, so the
Okay.
water prevents the sticking. You dip your hands into the sides of the dough all the way to the bottom. all the way to the bottom.
This feels wonderful.
And then you lift it up gently.
Okay.
Okay, and then you kind of, we're losing our bowls here.
Okay,
And we
there
kind
we
of
go.
like fold it forward.
Fold it forward.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
And then you can do that again, but you're going to fold it towards yourself.
Fold
my
it
goodness.
towards myself
Yes,
now.
that's right.
This is
Oh
amazing.
my goodness. Thanks for your help, Mel.
You're welcome.
And now fold it towards myself like
Yeah.
that.
Well
yeah.
done, well
and
done.
then you do
Wow,
a
okay.
quarter turn, and you do that again. So
you
dip your
keep
hands
doing
into
that?
the side. And you know what? The dough is pretty well developed, so we can just do the single fold there. We just tuck it right in.
Love it. Gorgeous.
Good
Thank
job.
you for
Very
that.
well done.
Never
well
done
done.
that.
It looks gorgeous. Okay. There's another thing on this table that I've been dying to taste. It is a tomato rosemary focaccia.
Yes.
This is a seasonal summer bread. Tell us everything about it.
Right, so it is used making a sourdough starter, of course, and it's one of my most popular recipes. People have commented that they've started to sell it for their own bakeries.
Wow, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So it's
wow.
Drizzled with olive oil, a little bit of flaky salt, roasted tomatoes, and rosemary, and it is just one of my favorite recipes.
Now, this is one recipe where you say the type of flour you use is kind of key.
Yes.
Explain that for us.
You want to use like a high protein bread flour.
Okay.
You want to make sure that that gluten is very strong as you're developing it. So using that high protein bread flour kind of helps with the gluten development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spectacular.
Very
Spectacular.
interesting.
Thank you.
Finishing off with something sweet, this next recipe incorporates peach butter?
Peach butter, yes, yes. So honestly, it's summer flavors with fresh peaches. We're diving into peach season right now. And I paired that.
Looks like a work of art.
Yeah, I paired that with some almonds, and it's just a perfect summer dish.
Wow.
Do you love it?
How do you make peach butter? How do you make it?
So you have to cook the peaches down for about an hour and a half with cinnamon, sugar, some salt. Really reduce it. You want to kind of muddle those peaches so it kind of turns into almost like a jammy texture, so you can spread it on the dough. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is spectacular.
Rachel, all of this is spectacular. Thank you so much. This was fun and delicious.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible.
Okay, so if you are like me and you are looking to cheers this summer without alcohol, we have got you covered.
Founder and beverage director of Liquid Culture, Monica Carbonell, is back to walk us through the hottest non-alcoholic summer drink trends. Monica, welcome back to the show.
So, you know why we love this? You are so creative with your drinks, and we're gonna ease into this because we're actually gonna start in the coffee world. And so a lot of people like coffee, even if you're trying to slowly reduce or eliminate alcohol. So what have you made for us that's going to introduce us to non-alcoholic drinks with coffee?
So this one, actually, it's cold foam.
Cold foam.
Cold foam has been the trend this year.
Oh, pardon me, yes, okay.
And for me, this is not my trend. And that's only because I'm not big on cream when it comes to drinks.
Got it,
I'm actually not a big coffee drinker.
Okay.
But it's not that I don't like it, it's just, it gives me the shakes.
Yes.
So,
Okay, what is cold foam?
So cold foam, it's exciting. It's just milk that is highly aerated, okay? And it's a mousse-like texture that's just dressed on top of like iced coffee, your bubble teas, your iced teas, things like that.
Okay.
So it got very, very popular thanks to a lot of like, coffee shops. But I consulted with some experts. I'm really excited for this because it combines peach syrup, some green iced tea.
Okay.
Green iced tea because I want a fresh flavor for summer, and a vanilla cold foam.
Okay.
Okay, you made this cold foam at home. So where should we start in all of this?
Okay, so I'll explain the cold foam and then we're gonna build the cocktail,
Okay, got it. Okay.
So the cold foam is very simple. You just get that non-reactive like latte metal container. Fill it with either milk or cream. I prefer cream for this. And then I put vanilla extract and I just use a milk frother and I whip it up.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, that's easy.
It's so simple. You can add some sugar if you really want, just to add a little touch of sweetness. But let's actually start building this
Okay,
together.
but where do we start with this? We're building it all together.
So everything is all portioned. So you have your glass filled with ice. You want to pour in that green tea. Yes.
Green tea first.
So the green
Okay,
tea.
great.
So we're gonna pour that over top. It's chilled. It's been steeped. You got the
Amazing.
peach syrup. That's
what
the
this is, this
pink
little thing?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no,
the
pink.
that's
There we go. Okay,
so
yeah,
the
syrup.
peach syrup, which I made, and I'll explain how.
Okay.
But we have lemon, fresh lemon juice.
Great. We're throwing that in there, and then this is the foam.
And the cold foam, you just dress it right on top.
Ooh, okay, cute.
Like this.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm glad you're excited.
Okay. I can smell this peach syrup. You said you made it yourself. How did you do that?
Now listen, there are ways to buy peach syrup for sure. Cheers, enjoy. It's so good. It's my favorite now. But I wanted to take advantage of Ontario peaches. Like it's in season, so that's why I just grabbed a saucer, cut some fresh peaches with some water and sugar. Let that simmer for a good like 20 minutes, just to really break it down, and you're done.
This is gorgeous.
Wow.
You wouldn't feel like you're missing out at all. It's so
Right.
great.
Beautiful.
Okay, our next trend is something called fluffy juice. What the heck is that?
So fluffy juice is essentially highly aerated fruit juice or citrus, okay? And they do that to enhance the mouthfeel and presentation of a drink. So bartenders, what they've been doing is substituting like regular juice or citrus with fluffy citrus or fruit juice. And that just helps with a more textural, interesting cocktail and adding some pizzazz. So the drink that I made is actually inspired by a cocktail. It's called the South Side. Now, I omitted the gin that's typically in it, and I'm using white cranberry because I find that it helps elevate the mint and the lime, which I really wanted to highlight.
Nice.
Because the lime is what I fluffied, okay?
the lime.
So that's what you dress on top, and yeah, so it's white cranberry, just a bit of that, and mint. It's delicious.
We try this out?
Yeah,
So
so-
we're trying both.
Oh, we're
We're gonna try both.
So a fluffed and a non-fluffed?
Yes, because I want to know your reaction. Like how,
This
like
is non-fluff.
non-fluff.
Or you trying the non-fluff?
Yeah, you
Oh,
want me
need to
try
grab the other
non-fluff
one.
first. Okay, sorry. Okay.
So is this tasty?
This is just, classic freshly squeezed lime, right?
I
And then-
love that already.
Okay, and then try the fluffed. Again, it's not going to change the taste as much. It's just going
I
to
see.
experience.
I like both of them though, actually.
Oh, I like the fluffy. No, I like the fluffy.
I like them both. I like fluff and unfluffed. Can you fluff any juice? Oh, sorry, I took that from you. Can you fluff any juice? I just can keep saying this. We're fluffers. Okay, anyway, sorry. Anyways, go on. You like it?
You can fluff anything you want, okay?
There we go. Okay, our next recipe is called Americola. Walk us through this while we give it a taste.
All right, so the Americola is 3 simple ingredients. It's Coke with, wait, hold on, but that's not what you're having. The original is with Coke, vanilla syrup, and a shot of espresso. But I went the Italian version with Brio and almond syrup and espresso.
It's so good.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's good.
I mean, I know what brio is. What is brio for the people?
For me, I really think it's Italy's answer to Coke. Like, I find it's less sweet, it's more bitter and bold.
That's
it has
so
a candy
good.
fruit. Like, I love it.
Oh my
I
God.
love this.
So how did you make this?
Just very simple. Over ice, you just pour this simple 3 ingredients. It's just the brio, espresso, and almond syrup.
Oh my God,
That's
it's
it.
so great.
So
Oh,
easy.
wow. Okay.
Okay, so last but not least, you're going to appeal to all of the martini lovers out there. You've got an olive-based drink. What is it and how did you make it?
Okay, so I really wanted to be creative here. Okay, so we have pickles, olives, Parmesan. Like, we've seen these savory elements in drinks and cocktails before, right? So, but I found with the non-alc, like, they only offered martini alternatives when I wanted to get a little bit more creative with it, and we definitely do here.
What ingredients did you end up using for this cocktail?
So this bad boy is shaken up with some lemon curd. Okay. This is gonna add some texture, a little bit of the sweetness. You have olive brine, you have lemon, and tonic water and egg white. Yeah,
Is
it's
there a
elevated.
little bit of sweetness in it, or
Yeah.
there's a tiny bit of sweetness?
There's
to
a
it?
little bit of simple syrup, but there's also the lemon curd that's gonna lean in some of the sweetness as well.
It's so complicated.
I can't describe what I'm tasting right now.
But do you like it?
I do. Yeah, no, it's very good. It is so complex in your mouth.
I know.
In a very delicious way.
Yeah.
But it's elevated, you know, and I love that in that non-alc space.
I feel really smart drinking this drink, right? It's very
Sophisticated.
complicated.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a complicated, sophisticated drink.
But this is the thing. It's I think people think that they're going to be missing out when they're going with non-alcoholic cocktails. It's not just drinking a plain juice. This is so interesting, and it's doing the same thing that you want out of an alcohol experience without having the alcohol.
Exactly, and you still have the ritual of drinking with friends,
Yes,
which is the most
exactly.
important part. Monica, these are so fun. Thank you so much for these. Wow.
The Martini is enjoying a well-deserved renaissance with both timeless classics and modern twists winning over a whole new generation of cocktail lovers.
So here to teach us how to make the perfect martini is 2021's world-class Global Bartender of the Year and the beverage director at Toronto's esteemed Library Bar. James Grant, welcome to the social.
Welcome. So good to have you here, James. First of all, you're dressed like a man who knows how to make a good martini.
Yes,
can we just like say that out loud?
Dress for the job you want.
I love that. All right, so let's start with the basic. What is the formula for a classic martini, and what's the difference between a gin and a vodka?
So classic ratio for a martini, anywhere between 3-to-1 to sort of 5-to-1 parts of gin to vermouth.
Okay.
And with gin, you get a little more of those kind of botanicals, juniper, a little bit of citrus. Vodka, you get something that's a little more subtle, a little more silky, a little easier.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm excited because I happen to love a gin martini more so than a vodka martini. And you're going to be taking us through the classic making of said gin martini.
Exactly.
Walk us through it.
So I'm going to walk you through the way we do our martini at Library Bar. So this is the Bird Bath Martini. It's been on the menu for...
Bird Bath, I love that name.
I know.
So
It's-
cute.
It is cute.
Is it cute? Bird bath does not sound tasty. Why do they call it that? I was like, bird bath? Nobody wants that. Why do they call it
what's
that?
wrong with bird baths? It's where birds get
You
to
wanna
relax. They get a little moment to like take time out of their
But
day.
I'm
It's
thinking
a
of
little
drinking
spa
that dirty water. That's why I was like, okay.
So the reason we always call it that is it's always been served, we've always made it in this sort of like stemmed martini glass that kind of looks like a little bird bath, and then we
That's why.
pour
Okay.
it
Gotcha,
very high
gotcha.
at the table.
Gotcha.
So we started with Quill Gin. This is made for us by the folks at Dillon's out in Niagara. This is based on the botanical profile we wanted, something very citrusy, very dry. We add a little bit of our bitters. So this is orange, sweetgrass, and cardamom.
Okay. Wow, that's specific. Wow.
We build it exactly the way we want it to be. We are like, if you're gonna go, you might as well
And
go
what are
all
we
in it.
pouring now?
And then this is our little house vermouth blend. So,
Okay.
as I said, this is the way we make it at the bar.
Yeah.
But if
Okay.
you're making a martini at home, you can experiment with your favorite gin, your favorite vermouth, classic orange bitters, whatever you want. So we've got it all in there. Now we need to get it cold.
Yes,
Yeah,
we like
we're
it
gonna-
nice and chilled.
Add some big ice again. If you're at home, use whatever ice you've got. You just maybe need to adjust how long you're going to stir it for or shake it for. We use nice big ice because it's pretty.
That is some big ice. All right, so I didn't...
You just told, like, I didn't even know that I could put bitters in a
That's
martini.
a lot of ice.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about
All right,
that.
well, some people want their martini dirty, while others like it filthy. What's the difference?
It depends on who's saying it.
I walked into that. I'm sorry.
That's great.
It's like dirty versus filthy. I like it filthy, James. Talk to me.
For some people, it's all about how much olive brine you're putting in. Dirty martini, you're replacing the vermouth with a little bit of olive brine. Okay. So one person's dirty, a little bit different than another person's filthy.
Sorry.
Okay, so Jess,
I'm so
are you
excited
dirty or are
to
you
try
filthy?
this. I like being dirty and filthy.
So
Sorry.
Okay, you heard it, folks.
easiest solution. Let me finish that off there. A little bit of lemon oil.
Okay. But before I taste this, I want to ask you, I saw you stirring this, and I stir mine as well, and that's typical for gin. But, you know, James Bond likes his shaken. So talk to us about this.
It's all about aeration.
Okay.
So you want something silky, very like elegant, smooth. Stirring's the way to go because you're not adding any air into it. But if you want something really cold, really light, really airy, shake it as hard as you can. And that works really well with vodka.
All right, I love that. All right, so since shaken is a preferred for a vodka martini, that's what you're done. You're going to be making a refreshing seasonal version. So tell us about the summer cocktail as you shake it up.
Summer cocktail, we want to use something that's in season right now, so we're using watermelon. So we use a cherry blossom gin, some fresh watermelon, a little bit of rosé vermouth, lemon juice, and some rhubarb syrup, and a little bit of mascarpone.
Okay, wait.
Excuse me. Did you say mascarpone?
I did.
You mean the cheese?
The cheese.
Okay, so
this is worse than the bird bath thing.
Okay, so while we try this, I want to talk about the addition of cheese because it does seem to be a little unusual.
It seems weird.
You try it first, Jess.
Okay.
But it gives it this nice kind of creamy texture, this kind of luxurious note.
James, you know what you're doing, buddy.
I try.
This is delicious.
I try.
Oh, this is good. I'm sorry I questioned you,
That's
James.
all right.
Who am I?
Yeah,
That's all right.
we're no more questions. Well, we're going to give you
But I've got your trust now.
We're going to question your
all
ability.
right.
100%.
So, you know what else we've seen lately is sort of like the meteoric rise of like pop culture martinis. I'm thinking things like espresso martinis, the cosmopolitan, of course. So why have they, you know, what's the deal with that? Why did certain drinks become super popular and then some other classics are just sort of below the radar?
I think, one, people's tastes change over time.
Yeah.
And the thing about the drinks that you just mentioned, they're delicious.
Yeah, true.
And you can imagine them when they're on their way to the table.
Yeah.
And people, they want to not just have a cocktail, but they want to kind of feel like they're a part of a moment in culture. So cosmopolitan espresso martini, it's a very easy way to connect with that.
Yeah, and the espresso martini is having a moment right now, but you've made one with rum. Can you break that down? And is it still a martini if it's made with rum?
So two answers. Espresso martini, it's such a versatile formula.
Yeah.
I've found you can probably make it with just about anything. You can make it with tequila, vodka, gin, whiskey. We like rum because rum and coffee are such a classic pairing. It's like rich, it's got this baking spice. And as for what qualifies a martini, it's shifted over time. You serve it up in a stemware glass and you can kind of
smell the martini name on it.
Looks like
You
a
can get away with
glass.
it. You can get away with it.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
a
much
martini.
anything interesting.
All right, so we've talked about shaken versus stirred and dirty versus filthy. Well, what's the difference between wet versus dry?
So wet martini, it's all about how much vermouth is in it. Dry martini, not much vermouth at all. You maybe even just put a bottle of vermouth next to the cocktail when you're finished with it. Wet martini, you're gonna want a bit more, anywhere from like a third of the cocktail up to like half.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Depends on if you like the flavor of vermouth.
I like the vermouth.
Do you
It
like
feels
it?
very classic.
I like it, and sometimes I want something a little lower proof.
Okay.
I like a martini, but I like to be able to maybe have more than one.
I hear you.
Exactly. For our final cocktail, we got about 40 seconds. You've gone luxe.
Lux.
Talk about this elevated martini.
So I've made one for each of you. This is a classic martini ratio, 3-to-1, with a beautiful single estate vodka from Belvedere.
What are we doing? What in the fanciness are we doing,
A little bit of olive oil distillate, and finish with a little bit of caviar.
We do this
So
caviar first.
Take the caviar and then have a
of it?
sip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the caviar is going to give you this nice briny, saline, like delicious garnish.
More.
that sets off
No, I'm just joking. More. James.
Yeah, you're allowed to do
I know,
seconds.
James, you are the absolute best. Thank you
James,
so
these
much.
cocktails were fabulous. You are wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to see us today.
My pleasure.
Loved it.
My pleasure.
With Wimbledon kicking off today, it's the oldest and most prestigious tennis tournament in the world. What better excuse to raise a glass with cocktails inspired by the sport?
Yeah, and here to serve up original takes and fresh spins on some of the most famous drinks in tennis is the founder and beverage director of Liquid Culture, Monica Carbonell. I like the way you're suited and booted today, girl. Ready for the court? I love that. All right, so let's start with the tennis cocktail that broke the internet. I'm talking about the Honey Deuce.
What's a honey deuce?
So the honey deuce was widely recognized as the most successful signature drink in any sport.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Created in 2006, this was created in the U.S. Open, consisting of vodka, lemonade, and raspberry liqueur. Now, the celebs were all loving it. They were caught sipping on this cocktail, which really brought like the viralness of it and moment. And also, it's a beautiful color. Plus, you have these really cute, beautiful melon balls that look like tennis
Oh, this
balls.
is like,
Look like tennis balls.
Yeah.
like an
So smart.
Instagrammable.
It's so Instagrammable, it's so
cocktail.
TikTok.
Can we eat it?
Yeah.
I lost
Don't
one.
eat it yet,
Not yet,
right?
not
okay,
yet,
sorry,
not yet.
sorry. Getting ahead
So
of
we're gonna
myself.
make one together, guys. Let's do a honey deuce.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
So we got our vodka. We got our vodka. We're gonna pour it into our glass. Okay.
right,
Everything's
glass.
already pre-poured, so it's nice and easy. Let's do
Okay.
the lemonade next.
Lemonade next.
Okay.
right.
It needs a little bit of freshly squeezed lemon.
Okay,
All right.
love that.
And then
love
a
that.
raspberry syrup.
Raspberry
And we
syrup.
Stir that up and
that-
enjoy.
Oh,
That
look
was
at that. It
easy.
is so
easy.
pretty.
It's an easy cocktail. You can't go wrong. Oh, I'm missing a ball.
Oh, okay, and you put the balls. Sorry,
Did you
I forgot
make
my
this
balls.
raspberry syrup yourself?
I did. Okay, so if you know me, like the original recipe uses raspberry liqueur, but if you know how I am, I'm a minimalist with my bar.
Yeah.
You like?
Because you don't want a bottle of raspberry liqueur that you're going to use once a year.
Exactly,
Right.
just sitting. So that's why if I can, I will create a fresh syrup. So that's what I did with the raspberry. So
gorgeous.
Just over the saucepan with fresh raspberry, water, sugar, let that simmer for 5 minutes. You're done.
Love it.
Cheers.
That's great, nice and easy.
This is good.
All right. You're definitely sitting down and watching tennis and not playing after you've had a sip of this drink. But does it matter what kind of lemonade that you use in this?
Okay, so the thing with this recipe is that there's a lot of room for interpretation and preference.
Okay,
so
what
the
does that mean?
lemonade, so the lemonade for sure can drastically change the cocktail. Like for example, this Black River lemonade, I actually found it too sweet. So that's why I added fresh lemon
balanced.
compared to the original recipe. So
Look at you.
Guys, I want you to take this recipe with a grain of salt. I want you to build it how you like it. So if it needs a little bit of sweetness, add it in. And yeah, just.
I might use sparkling lemonade.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
better.
Oh my God.
Because this is a little tart for me.
It's-
I
yes,
I
it's
need
a little
more
tart.
A little more
raspberry
sugar.
liqueur. Yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
well, I'm excited about the next one because it's a spin on Wimbledon's classic Pimm's Cup. Come on, we all know that one. You're calling this one the Clay Cup. So tell us about it.
What's a
Oh, a lot of Pim Cup fans here.
Yeah. Who knew?
So the Pim's Cup is deeply rooted in tennis, and it's the ultimate Wimbledon tradition, which actually debuted back in 1971. Wow. So the Pim's Cup, if you don't know, it's lemonade with Pim's liqueur with a mountain of fresh fruit and citrus. For me, if you don't know what Pim's is, this is a gin-based British liqueur that comes with herbs, spices, fruit. It's beautiful. But for me, I wanted to kind of replicate the clay courts.
Oh,
so that's why I introduced carrots. I introduced carrots.
Wow.
Yes, and Angostura bitters to add some spice to the mix. It makes it earthy. It's still bright and refreshing. I absolutely love this. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
gas-worthy.
Yeah.
This is good.
Because
This
I
like a
just
little bit
made the traditional one this weekend, and this is superior.
Yeah.
better. Pim's at home?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to buy it.
But still, you have it. That's very okay. So let's move on to our next one. We're moving on to a cocktail that you've named the Match Point Smash. I love that name. And it's a fresh take on the modern Wimbledon drink. So talk to us about this one, Monica.
Okay, so the Match Point Smash for me is my take on the Wimbledon Strawberry Smash. So Wimbledon and strawberries have actually been iconically used. It's a big tradition, strawberries in Wimbledon, because they've been serving strawberry and cream courtside since the late 1800s.
That's right.
So the original recipe uses gin, but I'm using whiskey instead.
What do you think, Jess?
and-
Yeah.
Sorry, these are all so good.
Thank
Keep going.
you.
Sorry.
No. So, it's just delicious, like you said.
Sparkly
That's really
and fresh.
good. Okay, so why whiskey? Why did you choose whiskey as your spirit of choice for this drink?
Okay, so the base of a smash recipe is a spirit, herbs, fruit,
and a sweetener.
Okay.
So with that base, you can literally use any spirit, really.
Okay.
Like you can experiment, you can use whatever you like. But for me, I love the complexity that whiskey brings. And to be honest, even if you're not a big whiskey drinker, I think that this is super approachable. And you can also adjust it. Like if it's too booze forward, you can make it 1.5, pull back,
Love that.
maybe add a little bit of sparkling wine. It's gorgeous, and I love this Gibson's Canadian whiskey because it's the right approach for this cocktail.
Is it ever? Well, we got about a minute left for our final cocktail. It's called the Sweet Spot, which you based on another viral tennis cocktail. Tell us about it.
Okay, so at the US Open, it's been getting a lot of attention, but it's called the watermelon slice. And it's been getting a lot of attention because of the price tag. It is $39 US, okay?
Wait,
I get it, I get it. It hurts at first.
The bottle or the
but
drink?
No, the drink. But here's the thing. What happens is it's the ingredients that's involved that make it really expensive. It uses Moet champagne. You take the glass home. It uses freshly squeezed watermelon juice. Like there's a lot of things. Like if you know champagne,
You know, champagne, you're right, it's expensive.
It's expensive. So that's why you're paying for what you're paying for. But I came up with an affordable version, okay? That uses a botanist gin. Yep, we got botanist approach to gin. An elderflower liqueur. We got a local Ontario sparkling wine, and it's delicious. Now, I didn't put watermelon in this because I wanted to keep it still the color of that glass, of that cup.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
It's refreshing and
This
gorgeous.
Yeah, fantastic. Monica, once again, you knocked it out of the park.
Did you ever?
So great. You aced it. She aced it. You're right.
Thank you for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. For bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.